Have you ever been lying awake at night because of someone else's chaos? Not because you wanted to be involved, not because it was your problem, but because someone else's pain has spilled into your space and now all of a sudden it's your burden too. Recently, I found myself awake in the middle of the night once again, listening to people screaming, yelling, throwing things, and pouring their emotional pain into the darkness, while an entire neighborhood was forced to listen. And as I lay there, unable to sleep, I realized something, that it wasn't really about the noise. It was about something much bigger. It was about consideration. It's about the fact that we rarely talk about how our emotional pain affects other people. We live in a culture that encourages self-expression. We're told to speak our truth, share our feelings, let it all out. And while there is value in honesty and vulnerability, there's another conversation that often gets left behind. The conversation about responsibility. Because our emotions belong to us, but the impact of our emotions often belongs to everyone around us. Every time we lash out, someone feels it. Every time we explode, someone absorbs it. Every time we refuse to regulate ourselves, someone else pays the price. And that price isn't always visible. Sometimes it's a child learning that screaming is how adults communicate. Sometimes it's a partner walking on eggshells. Sometimes it's a stranger's nervous system that gets activated by conflict. Sometimes it's the person next door trying to heal from wounds that they didn't create. The truth is that none of us live in isolation. Everything we do creates a ripple. Every word, every action, every choice, every reaction. Our lives are interconnected in ways we often fail to appreciate. And I think this is one of the most important lessons that healing has taught me. Healing isn't just a gift you give to yourself. It's a gift you give to everyone who encounters you. When you learn emotional regulation, your children benefit. When you learn communication skills, your relationships benefit. When you learn accountability, your community benefits. When you learn how to sit with difficult emotions instead of exploding them out into the world, complete strangers benefit. That's powerful because healing isn't selfish. Healing is service. One of the hardest things about healing from trauma is that your nervous system often becomes highly sensitive to instability. Many people understand physical injuries. They understand why a person with a bad knee might struggle climbing stairs, but they don't always understand emotional injuries. They don't understand that chaos can feel physically painful, that screaming can activate survival responses, that conflict can trigger fear even when you're completely safe. And so people who have done the work to heal often find themselves exhausted by the people who haven't. Not because they're judging them, but because they understand the cost. They understand that unhealed pain doesn't stay contained. It spreads and it leaks. It becomes collateral damage for everyone nearby. This isn't about perfection. We're all human. We all lose patience. We all make mistakes. We all have moments where we fall apart. But there's a difference between having a difficult moment and making your difficult moment everyone else's responsibility. And maybe that's the invitation today, to become more aware of the wake we're leaving behind us. To ask ourselves, how do people feel after they leave my presence? Do they feel safer, calmer, seen, respected? Or do they feel drained, anxious, and overwhelmed? Because the energy we bring into the world matters more than we realize. The world won't heal because one person heals, but the world also won't heal if individuals don't choose to heal. Every act of self-awareness matters. Every act of accountability matters. Every effort to regulate ourselves matters. Not just for us, for our families, for our neighbors, for our communities, for the strangers whose lives briefly intersect with our own. The truth is that healing creates a ripple too. And unlike chaos, that ripple has the power to bring peace. Maybe that's the world we should be building together. One regulated nervous system at a time. This is the Introverted Coach, guiding you home. I love you all, stay golden, and I will see you in the next one.